Five swords is a defense against a right roundhouse punch. Sword is a code word for chop, and the technique is called five swords because the strikes were all originally open hand chops or spear hands. Step 1. Step forward into a right neutral bow with a right inward block to the inside of the attacker's right wrist as your left hand covers. Step 2. Execute a right slicing outward chop to the right side of the attacker's neck as you begin to pivot into a right forward bow. Continue to pivot into the forward bow with a left straight heel palm strike to the attacker's chin while your left hand cocks at your right hip. Step 3. Pivot into a right neutral bow with a right uppercut punch to the solar plexus or groin as your left hand covers high. Step 4. Slide your left foot to 5 o'clock into a right forward bow with a left outward chop to the left side of the attacker's neck as your right arm chambers high. Step 5. Pivot into a right neutral bow as your left hand pulls the attacker's head down and deliver a right inward chop to the back of the attacker's neck. Five swords. Step 1, as the right roundhouse punch comes in, you're going to step forward through the right neutral bow with the right inward block below the elbow. From there, you're going to immediately pivot into a forward bow with the right slicing outward chop to the side of the neck, followed by the left heel palm to the chin. And that's going to happen in one move. We call it a double factor. There's two movements happening as you do one stance change. So go back to the beginning. There's a block. Immediately chop heel palm in one move, and then back to the neutral bow with the uppercut to the solar plexus as the left hand checks up high in preparation for the next chop. Okay, back to the beginning. So block, chop heel palm, uppercut. Now from here, you're going to step off the line. You're going to take a slight adjustment step with the left foot into a forward bow as the left hand does an outward chop to the neck and the right hand chambers up high as you can get it. This is going to pull him down into the hammering chop to the back of the neck. Okay, back to the beginning. Okay, block, chop, heel palm, uppercut, left chop, and the final chop. It was called five swords because originally these are all open hand movements, and they've been adjusted because people's arms or hands just aren't conditioned enough to do the spear hand movements. So you see that switch to heel palms instead of the spear hand to the eyes and the spear hand to the solar plexus. But nobody has any trouble remembering this one. It's usually everyone's favorite technique. So let's do one more time. The block, chop, heel palm, uppercut, chop, chop. And that's five swords.